see some of the happiest dogs in Singapore because their head will be out of the window, and we're going I mean, they're really happy dogs. Okay? And I don't speak dog language, otherwise I like to say, isn't this what you always wanted? Wasn't it from young, your dream was to be a Range Rover, traveling at 70 kilometers per hour, and you stick your head out and go, ha ha. Animals have no dreams. Sometimes the way the dog or cat behave may look like they have a bad dream, but they have no dreams. Only human beings have dreams. And only human beings, with the help of God as well as your company and your agency leader, for example, we will make dreams come true. Okay? But if you never chase your dream, you will never catch them. Can I take you through just a few of these things very quickly? There's some admission tests, because I do not know how you got in here. Maybe somebody sneaked you in or something. Okay? Amazing fact number one is this. On the day that you were born, how many others were born that same day? Now, you're too tired, so I won't test you, okay? But on the day that you were born, whichever day it is, okay, did you know that you share your birthday with 9 million people? You're special, right? You're special like 9 million others. But that's not my point. My point is, if I take all 9 million of you put together, okay, and I rank you, would you be in the top 10%? You know, there are some in Africa who are born same day as you, some in Oceania born same time as you, some in South America, some in North America, some Eskimos probably born same day as you as well. And now we rank all of you. Will you be in the top 10%? You're in Malaysia. I can't talk like this in many countries. I hope you appreciate that, don't you think so? Right? Are you going to be top 10% or top 50%? Or some reason, no, I'm top 90%. Top 90% means you're at the bottom 11%. But just to say, it's an amazing fact. I know you're special. I know your dream come true. I know you're the twinkle in your parents' eyes. And then, ta-da, you were there. A big celebration, don't you think so? But there were 9 million others. Did you take advantage of all the things that were going your way? Or did you just say, let things slide, let things slide, let things slide? And then by the time you wake up, it's a little bit too late. Okay, amazing fact number 2. Okay? Oops, I must have got it. Slipping through winter. There's a word for it, it's called hibernation. Say hibernation. Hibernation. If you sleep through summer, it's called estivation. Estivation. Good. Now what do you call sleeping through the sales season? I mean, we're too polite to say the word stupid, right? You know, when people are selling and you don't sell, you're not a bear. If you're a bear, at least you hibernate in winter, right? Every day is a good day to sell. Every day people buy. People buy. I'm going to give you a Singapore statistic, but there's a parallel for Malaysia. You can check it out as well. Every year I will have a rough idea how many policies, new policies, will be sold. Because the regulatory authority called the MAS issues an annual report. Every year, 1 million new policies are bought. Every year. Okay, maybe some year 900 over, some year 1.1, but roughly 1 million new policies. Guess what is your score in Malaysia? It cannot be just 1 million, right? You can make how many? About 3 million probably. Hello? I'm not asking you to go and, work your tail off, wow, you have to go and close so many cases. 3 million and you don't want to take 100? Ask the person next to you. Makes sense? Are you greedy? If you close 100 cases, are you greedy? Are you robbing somebody else? I like to ask this question among you all because only you all can answer this. If you become happy, must people become sad? They said then you become happy? Must people become sick so that you become healthy? Every time you become healthier, you become sicker and sicker and sicker. Must people become poor when you become rich? No. Help yourself. Help yourself. 3 million new policies will be. All you need is 100. 100 is not a lot. You're not greedy. Fair enough? Okay. So very quickly, because I'm running out of time, ask the person next to you. I want to shake hand. You too hungry, I too hungry. Then I don't criticize you, you don't criticize me. We're all in the same boat. No, I want you to have some perspective, because some of you think my leader forever chasing us, got no cases, production. No, there's a lot. You're not even scraping the surface of the thing. Fair enough? Okay, I need to move to fact number 3. Fact number 3, no piece of paper can be folded in half more than 7 times. Whether it's a big piece of newspaper or a small piece of paper, you fold it to half, fold it in half, fold it in half. 7 is the maximum. And the question I want to ask there is, how many times would you try before you give up? How many times would you try before you give up? Okay, amazing fact number 4. Did you know that you cannot tickle yourself? Okay? Because the cerebellum, which is a part of the brain, warns the rest of the brain that you're about to tickle yourself. If somebody tickles you, you can feel ticklish. Or when you tickle yourself, nothing happens. Okay? So what am I saying over here? I'm asking the question, is it possible to fool yourself? Is it possible to fool yourself? But you see, even in the physical world, you take a look at this picture, most people don't realize that they are actually complete circles. But our eyes can fool us. But that's okay. But don't fool yourself. Because if you fool yourself, in one person there's a fooler and a foolie. Correct? Okay. If somebody else fool you, shame on that person. Take advantage of you. Correct or not? But if you fool yourself, people won't buy. Who knows? How do you know? If you make it in the way that you can present to help them understand, people will buy. Okay. So let me move on. Okay, amazing fact number 5. I always respect the Americans. They are the most creative people, and now that they have new coming president, more creative than I thought. Okay. And when they invented this drink, can you imagine the name they want to give it? It's called Big Label Lithiated Lemon Lime Soda. Every time somebody wants to drink, Lip Label Lithiated Lemon. Fortunately, they changed it to 7-Up. Okay. Simplify your success. Okay. And what is the simplicity? Just do more. Just do more. I'm quite scared of standard 5 children. Somewhere when they're 11, they suddenly know that they know. Before that, they know they don't know. And before that, they don't know that they don't know. Okay? But now somewhere at 11, they suddenly know that they know. And they want to test whether other people know. And so he came up to me and said, Uncle Andrew, I have a riddle for you. I said, uh-oh. He says, there are 5 frogs sitting on a log floating down the river. 5 frogs sitting on a log floating down the river. 4 frogs decide to jump into the river. How many frogs left on the log? And I said, you tried to fool a person like me. 5 minus 4 is 1. Is it wrong? I said, cannot be wrong. Let's start again. How many frogs? 5. How many decide to jump? 4. How many left? 1. He said, no. 5. Oh, that means you are the same age as them. They said 5. I said, why? Why 5? Okay? Oops. Let me get back here. This is my problem. Okay. Oops. Okay. How many frogs left on the log? And the answer is 5. Why 5? And this is a very important point that I need to close on. Maybe you can help me just... Thank you. Why? He says because decide and do is not the same thing. And I was amazed. I thought, oh my goodness, if an 11-year-old child knows that there's a difference between decide and do. A lot of people decide, but they don't do. Because It is easy to decide. It is difficult to do. What is today's date? 12th of May. Supposing tomorrow is November the 1st. I'm not sure what happened, but suddenly tomorrow is November the 1st. Would you do 50 cases in 50 days? Or would you complain? Or would you send a delegation to United Nations? Suddenly you wake up and tomorrow is November the 1st. You can argue till the cows come home. You see, it doesn't matter what tomorrow is. It matters whether you decide and then you do. And if you decide and do, you can do 50 in the next 50 days. And suddenly discover when you finish 50, it's only June 30th. I was talking to some agents in Singapore, and I asked one of them, how long have you been in the business? She says, 30 over years. She said, the very first week I joined the business, I heard you talk. I said, oh, that must be my first talk also. So that's probably my first talk. I said, how good is this business? He says, Andrew, what other business can there be like this? She said she went up to her agency leader and said, if I give you the whole year's production in 9 months, okay? The whole year's production, let's say the whole year's production is 100 cases. I don't wait until December 31st. By the end of September, I will give you 100 cases. May I take the 3 months off? And guess what the leader said? Help yourself. You see, what other business allow you to do this? Can a policeman say, I book in 9 months? You know? Cannot do that. Or maybe can. In Malaysia, a lot of things are possible. Long illustration. I mean, it is amazing. You say, what other kind of work? Of course, it made me a little bit inquiring to say, you know, what do you plan to do? She want to go to Cambodia, she want to help dig wells, she want to bring clean water, she want to help the poor and all that kind of thing. She said, I can do 1 year's work in 9 months. I don't have to wait for 1 year to do 1 year's work. And then the last 3 months, I do that which I really feel like doing. I want to do something. Not many other kind of industry or employment will give you this kind of chance. Fair enough? Okay? Some of you know I have come up with a few things, and this is one of them, and with that I will conclude. You know, how come people can do 4 times more than you? Either 4 times more production or 4 times more income. How does that work out? And it comes on this question, how many months are there in a year? How many months are there in a year? And if your answer is 12, that was very good. And I will next ask, how old were you when you first knew that? Probably 6-year-old. And that's good. But you know what's the problem with 12 in your business? It's called too many months. Too many months. So I ask you, hey bro, how are you doing? Hey, don't ask that. This is only May, you know. Hello, May, you don't check and see how you're doing. November, 1st December, then you talk about this. That's the problem. That's the problem. You know where I learned this from? My grandnephew. My niece has a boy. When he was 5-year-old, he had a birthday. He was allowed to invite 10 people. 9 of them, whom he wanted to invite for his 5-year-old birthday, were all 5-year-old like him in kindergarten. The number 10 was me. So the mother said, Uncle Andrew, that Uncle Andrew, the one there, my uncle, you know, is your girl. Yeah. So I had to give him a specially big present because 5-year-old appreciate me. I mean, you got to, you know, give something special, you know. So, you know, we occasionally visit them, and then while the women do the cooking, I will take him out to the playground, you know, do some seesaw or some swings or whatever. Then I noticed he had a scar here. So I said, his name is Dale. I said, Dale, what happened? He said, he fell. I said, oh, then what happened? Got blood and was it painful, blah, 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 blah. Then I asked him the crucial question. When did this happen? He said, yesterday. I take a look. Cannot be yesterday. This is almost dry already. Correct? Never mind. Go back. I checked with my niece. I told my niece, I said, Dale had a fall. She said, yeah, boys are like that, you know. Let them fall. I said, but he's in the scar there. He said, yesterday, cannot be yesterday, right? It's almost dry already. And my niece looked at me and said, Uncle Andrew, 5-year-old only have 3 days. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. At the end of the visit, before I go home, what did he say? Uncle Andrew, when are you coming again? What do I say? Tomorrow. You see, you want to do well in this business, I'm going to be very direct with you. 3 months. 1 year, how many months? 3 months. Last month? This month? Next month. Okay? Listen very carefully. You always wanted to close a big case, right? You always wanted to close a big case. You get what I mean? Did you do it last month? No, you got this month. And then next month. That's all. 3 months. But if you always say, wait till October, boss, October, when I feel like running, well, you run, nobody else run, you look a bit silly, Sleep in winter is hibernation. Sleep in summer is estivation. What do you call sleep during the sales season? So I wish you the very best. I hope you aspire to do well, because when you aspire to do well, you'll inspire others around you.